Hi guys, welcome to another trade on for X. So today I'm going to be showing you what all trades I took and what was the mistake and what I was looking out for. So first of all, before starting this, let me tell you what happened on yesterday. So yesterday I posted a video with no trades, but eventually I took my trade. I think around 10 o'clock or something. I think I took my trade, right? Something after 10, after 11 o'clock or something. I took the trade. So I'll tell you an explanation what happened on that particular trade. Okay, so let me switch it to 5 minutes. So you guys will be familiar on this particular chart area until this point before the Asian session. This was one point of interest which I was looking to go buy on EU yesterday. So I waited like more than 10 hours for that. Now what happened, this one candle, right? So this candle, there was a news on USD. So at that particular time it made a low, right? Then the market went up. So I don't trade on news time, so I just left it as it is. Okay, now when I'm looking into this wick, what I can say is it took out the all liquidities, but still my point of interest was over here based on 1 minute. But it's not necessary that each and every point has to be mitigated, right? So even the news has took this liquidity, it kind of gave me a confirmation that this is a strong low, because even on news time it couldn't break this level, or it was acting as a very good level and there was a response. So this candle has been done, then it came down, nothing to do. What I was looking was just to go a buy entry. Okay, if I get a buy entry from this point, I thought of making a aggressive entry just to go long, because anyway my point of interest is below this point. I'll take a short. So that was my plan. Now let me switch it to 1 minute and let me tell you what happened. So as you guys can see, as expected, the market has given a very good response. So I was planning to make a buy entry at this point, which was over here. But when I was about to make my entry, I was looking into my pips, which is 10 pip, which is too much. I don't usually take my trade on 10 pips and all. So that is too much. I was like, okay, let it come to fill the fair value gap. So I'll make an attempt to make a buy. But which never happened. Market had given a rally and it has given a breakout structure at this point. And the market has reversed from this point, which is a kind of an equal high. See, it has made a equal high over here and it's been rejected from a high over here. So there is a liquidity. Market dropped, made a structure liquidity over here, went up again, then came down, made a structure, and it was keep dropping, right? Then at this particular minute, right, again there was a news of bond yield. So I think it is on this time, around this time, this was the candle, and this is my point of interest for making a buy. There was a fair value gap which I was interested to make a buy. Now what happened, again there was a news at 11:31, it made a low. Now after making a low, I got a response over here, right? What I have done was I took a buy entry once the market has took this liquidity as well, which was in a very good trade. But you know, I was waiting for 10 hours and my fear of missing out comes in, and at the same time it was not a random entry. I feel like, okay, this candle has took the liquidity and this has given a very good response compared to the previous candle. So at that point I was like, okay, maybe I can go for a buy. I took my buy entry once the candle has closed over here. I kept my stop loss here. Eventually what happened, my stop loss got triggered, I made a loss. Okay, so that was the first trade on yesterday. Then after that, eventually what was my plan? I was planning to make a entry at this particular point, right? So this was my buy entry. But even again, as I said before, news time it did react over here and it went up. So I was focusing on this low level as my stop loss area, just to make sure that the market won't break this level. What I did, and the market came down, I took one more entry. I took a short, I took one more entry, I got a response. I think something over here or something over here, I don't remember what was the time. Let me show you the screenshot first. So this is the trade which I took. So over here you guys can see that I took my entry at 42.8. okay, I put like 7 lots, and it got my stop loss got triggered, so I'll come to that point. Okay, so what I did was I went a buy over here, but you have to understand that my entry point I was planned was over here. Just because the news has given me a different reaction, instead of making an entry over here, I just went for an entry which was above this level, right? I already placed an entry, let me show you that, and I cancelled it, right? So this is another screenshot. You guys can see over here, see at 37 I already placed an entry at this 37, and my stop loss was 33.5. so this was an entry, but I cancelled it. See, just because the news came up and messed up my mind. So my entry point was at 37 and the stop loss was 33.5. so 33.5 means it is something over here, right? And my entry point was at 37 over here. So it was like a 3.5 pip entry, but just because the news came in, my my emotions played out, and my point of way, the thinking method has totally changed. So this was one entry, just remember. Now what happened, the market went up, came down, just playing around. Eventually my stop loss got hit. See this one, my stop loss got hit at 37.4. even though my stop loss was 39, there was a slippage. That is why my stop loss was triggered over here. So it was a very good entry for me, and even this one, like the 42, my stop loss was like 2 pip, but due to the slippage my stop loss got hit on $400. so it was like 2 pip entry, this was like a 4 pip or something. Totally I was supposed to lose only $500, but I lost like $700, $800. Plus there is another thing called swap charges. I didn't expect this much big swap charges to come in. So I know there is a swap charges, but this was huge. Just for 17 lots they have charged me like $444, and which is very much high. This was kind of a shock for me. Like when I woke up morning, my stop loss eventually got triggered, and I get to see that okay, there was a slippage of 2 pip, and my $500 slip trade was went to $700. That is fine, but still I was missing another $400 to $500. When I'm checking it, $100 there was a commission. Okay, then another thing was like $444 on swap charges. So guys, just remember this thing. I knew it, but I don't usually trade on night times and Asian sessions. But just yesterday, the emotions was totally different. I waited for a very long time, and I'm like 100% sure that there's a high probable chance that this is going to go up to my levels, as I mentioned on the video. So for that reason, I kept it on my trade, but it happens, ESL hit, another scenario. So this was a candle which took my stop loss. See this low, it is, if you look into this low price, you'll get to see 36.8. Look into this candle, low price 36.8 is my is the low price of this candle. So if I held on to my original position, if I have held on to my original positions, I would have got this entry with a stop loss over here, and I would have made my profit target, which was the equal high over here, which was 1:10. So it happened, but there was no chance that I'm going to enter over here. Okay, the emotion got played and my point of view got changed. Some of the time it comes to an entry point, but most of the time I trust my setups. I feel like this was a very good setup instead of this, but before Asian session this got triggered and the market got choppy and stop losses happened. Okay, so that is done. Okay, now let me come to today's entry point. So today's entry point was pretty simple. I took 3 trades today, 2 SL, 1 target. So before coming to this Euro USD, let me give you an explanation on GBP JPY. GBP JPY, what I was doing is, from yesterday, again if you look into my Telegram channels, you guys would have seen that I was waiting to make a buy on GBP JPY yesterday. It came to this level today, got a mitigation, took the Asian liquidity low, gave me a upside move, Then when it came down, I took my buy entry. It did give me a movement until this point, but eventually what happened was it gave me a stop loss. So GBP JPY, I took a stop loss on this, but even on 4 hours this was kind of a buy trade for me, because it swept the liquidity low side of 4 hours, but still my stop loss got hit. So that is what happens on market. Profit and losses are part of the game. So that is done. There's another AUD which I have posted on my Telegram channel as a low probable trade, because I knew that this is a very low probable trade, but still I went for it, because I just want to capture, like, just 10 to 15 pips. That was my intention on that. So let me show you that. So these were the charts which I have posted today on Euro USD. I was planning to buy over here from yesterday, but I was like feeling like, okay, it has a very less chance to come down from this point to go up. I'll explain that one. And GBP USD, GBP JPY, which is over here, my stop loss got triggered, and this was my entry point, but I got stopped out. So now it is an AUD USD. I knew that this is a low probable setup. Even I have mentioned it is a counter trade and less probable setup, but still I went for it. I just want to capture like 10 to 15 people. That is why that is what my idea was. What I did on 1 minute time frame, I just went short on this particular level. I guess it didn't come. It did come down from this particular point to over here. Then it got reversed and my SL got hit. So it was like, low probable setup, and it was purely my mistake. Like, I should have not gone for a counter trade, but that's another SL which I have got, right? So let me show you that one as well. So not this. Over here, the AUD USD, I made a sell. This was my entry point. It was just a 3 pip sell, so it was $300 I lost. So 10 lots I took it. That's it. Now let me come back to Euro USD. Where did I make my entry? And that's it. So over here, so long thing shorts, liquidity over here. Market has given a breakout structure. Then after Asian session, what happened? Went up, right? Fine. Made me a retracement, no entry, but the market got reacted from this point. Okay, just before the midpoint, the market reacted from this point, and it was massive reaction, right? See, it was continuously, it was an up candle. Now this was my last trade, and I wasn't preparing to wait until this point, this liquidity to be taken and the market to go up. The probability was very less, right? There was no fair value gaps, nothing, just the liquidity. So the market doesn't need to take the same liquidity right now, right? It can keep it for later time to come down. So I was like, okay, let me, if I get another good opportunity, I was planning like, okay, I'll go buy. Now what happened? The market has given me an impulsive move. Even on 5 minutes, if you're looking, you'll get to find it is a massive movement. See, it came down, took out the liquidities, gave us an inducement and went up. This is a point where I was like, okay, fine. It has given me very good momentum. Where does this react from? So it has reacted from this order block and this order block. 2 times mitigation and very good momentum, took out, cleared all liquidities over here. Now let me look into my discounted area. Where should I make my buy? So I have to go for a discounted area, right? I would mark my levels. So I get to find it, okay, this is my discounted area, and there's an order block aligned to this. I was waiting patiently for this structure to happen. Market did come to this point, made a reaction from this point which I was expecting, induced this point, reacted from this order block. I made a buy over here. I made a market order, but I got entered at 53. Let me show you where I got entered. Yeah, 52.9. This was my entry point. Now after this entry, what happened was market has given me a momentum. So I was monitoring, okay, break of structure, clear, came down, break of structure, clear. Then market has came to this point, took this another break of structure. So it is going like a order flow basis. It's going up, coming down, retracing back, discounted level, going up. At this point, the market started to react very fast. So I was kind of in a panic, and it already gave a move to the downside. So what I should have done was, maybe I had 2 options. This is my last trade. I'm already having a losses of already I took 2 losses. This is my last trade, third trade. So anyway, I have waited from this point to this point, right? I already saw like 1400. I didn't book it. Now the market has came down. By the time I was looking, in 1 minute it has already came halfway through. So what is left? My stop loss is strong, only 3 pip to lose. I already have a 10 lots running. So I was like, okay, fine. If it hits my stop loss, I'll just get stopped out from this trade and I'll come back. Next one was like, if I waited for a reaction from this point, I would have made my entry here and my stop loss would have been at my break even, right? Still, maybe they have a chance that it's going to take my stop loss and again it has to go. So instead of doing that, I was like, okay, I'll wait patiently. Anyway, I have waited until this point, and if it want to take my stop loss, let it be. I'll be closing my trades for the day, which can be done. But my patience paid off. The market has given a reaction from this, consolidated a rally, and it has given a breakout structure. So where I was targeting, same thing from yesterday. You remember I told you that there was an equal high. This was my target point. Then once after, the break was very strong. So on 5 minutes, so if you're looking into 5 minutes, I was like, okay, the break was very strong. There was no reason for me to to exit it. But at certain point, I was like, okay, it has given me 1:7. I have risked like $300 on this, and I already booked it came like 2000 something, $2,200. I have booked my profit. So let me show you that. Yeah, 2170. See, 74.6. At that point, I booked my profit. So let me give you an overall. What happened? One trade I have won. 1, 2, 3, 4 trades I have made a loss. Right? Still, I came to a break-even point. There was no loss. And these 2 trades was from yesterday. Today's trade I was risking like one was 450 and 300. Let's say 500, 300, $800. Right? So 2 trades I lost $800. 2000 I had booked. So still I have a profit of 1,400. Yeah, $1,400, something like that. So it was a pretty good trade. The mistake which I have done was, I usually have a rule that I don't take trades in the night time. But yesterday, just because I waited for a long time, I thought of taking it. But it was turned to be a very big mistake. 450. It is my one stop loss. I could have went for another trade with 10 lots. But fine, whatever done is done. Still, I ended up with a break even, which I am very happy for the day. I'm kind of calling it for the day. There's a news coming up. See, at 7 p.m. There's a news. So I'll be done. So if I get another opportunity for going a buy, definitely I'll do it. I'll risk like another 300. I'll close it for the day. So that is it for the trade. So thank you so much for watching. It's all about risk management. Just manage your risk correctly. Emotions are part of the game. It keeps coming up and down. Sometimes you'll be very much right, but due to this FOMO, fear of missing out, you may have to react it differently. So that happens. So I'm a best example for that. My FOMO acted over here, but if I kept my entry point over here, and if I went to sleep yesterday, I would have been a very big profit, like 5k, something like that, right? It was like 17 lots running. Anyway, whatever done is done. I'm happy for the day. Still, I didn't lose anything. I just brought it back to break even. So thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe the channel if you like my content, and I have a Telegram channel too. I usually give up my levels on that. So if you guys want to take trades or cross refer your trades, you can use that channel. Telegram channel. It is Fundable X. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on next day and next breakdown. Bye.